Good afternoon. Today, we have an interview with Mrs. Patricia Olague, who is a teacher and she knows about history. Good afternoon, Mrs. Olague.
Good afternoon.
I have some questions for you about indigenous languages in Mexico.
Okay, I'm very ready.
Well, first question, how many indigenous languages are spoken in Mexico?
Well, there are at least 68 indigenous languages that are spoken in our country.
Okay, second question, what are the most indigenous languages that are spoken in Mexico?
The most spoken indigenous languages in Mexico are Nahuatl, Mayan, Tzetzal, Mixtec, Tzotzil, Zapotec, Otomí, Totonac, Chol, and Mazatec.
Okay, third question, where can you find Maya speakers in Mexico?
Today, the largest population of Maya speakers can be found in the Mexican states of Yucatan, Campeche, Quintana Roo, Tabasco, and Chiapas here in Mexico, but also in the Central American countries like Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador.
Okay. Fourth question, why is a language said to be in danger?
Well, when a language is disappearing gradually, it is said to be in danger of extinction.
Okay. Fifth question, what factors cause the extinction of indigenous languages?
Well, there are many factors. Sometimes the factors are internal and external. The external factors can be, for example, the judgment of a military, economic, sometimes religious, cultural, or the educational. And the internal factors can be, for example, the rejection attitude of a community toward its own language, the increase in migration and the speed of urbanization, for example, and the strong pressure to speak the predominant language that is spoken in the place where they live.
Okay. Sixth question, when does a language disappear?
Well, when the successive generation of speakers become bilingual and they begin to lose proficiency in their traditional languages. This often happens when speakers seem to learn a more prestigious language to get social and economic advantages or to avoid discrimination from people from the place where they live.
Okay. Seventh question, how does the disappearance of indigenous languages affect?
The disappearance of indigenous language also causes the extinction of knowledge of of ancestral medicine in an irreparable way. Most of this knowledge is unique, so if the language disappears, the knowledge is lost.
Eighth question, why do you think we should preserve languages?
Preserve a language not only means preserve the words, it is the preservation of a way of life, an intimate connection with nature and the community. It's respect for the wisdom of the ancestors, for the traditions, for their knowledge, for their beliefs, for the culture, and also for the artisanal knowledge, all knowledge in general.
Okay. Finally, the last question, what do you think we should do to preserve indigenous languages?
To preserve the indigenous language, there are many ways, but there should be an integrated policy to keep them alive. For example, the bilingual education with bilingual materials. In Mexico, Spanish is the dominant language, so Spanish is taught in school. And I think that everybody should learn an indigenous language apart from Spanish. But it's very important that teachers should learn an indigenous language in order to teach that language to their students.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Olague.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much for accepting this interview, and
It
thank
was
you
a
very much for your information.
Okay, bye.